man of self-control, the info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain, soldiers retain, soldiers retain. Real strong man and self-control, the info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain, soldiers retain.
Semen Retention soldiers.
Yeah.
We live again for another sexual alchemy training. This week we're talking all about grounding that excess energy. We got Captain Jake, big EP coming out this week.
Yeah. Friday the 25th. Go check that out.
Live 2 days this Friday.
Yeah, it's an EP. Go check that out, man. And yeah, grounding has really helped me with that process of finishing this EP and stuff, man. These practices, you know, I've been doing them every day, and it just really helps me to focus my energy. And the grounding is very important. I love feeling more connected to Mother Earth and to the world again, actually, and it helps your creative process as well to ground that creative energy.
Yeah, man. Where do people get the EP? Where do I buy it? Where do I get it?
You know, it'll be out on all streaming platforms, man. So whatever you listen to your music on, Spotify, iTunes, or whatever, it'll be on one of those from Friday.
All right, sweet. So the whole record's there, or do we have to buy the record too, or you just put it out there and then people can support it if they want?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You can download, you know, all the songs or just whichever ones you want. But there's 5 songs on there. Zen has already come out, the single, and then now there's four new tracks up. So, you know, you can download the whole EP or just 1 or 2, but it's only 5, so you might as well just get them all.
Get them all, man. Get them all. And then I know you got a Patreon as well, so people can support your art and what you're doing. And I know it's important to support artists, support conscious music, conscious living.
Definitely.
We have to create a conscious economy as well. I mean, a part of creating a movement is creating an economy where people support each other in that way financially. And I think it's so important for our own abundance that we do that. You know, I have the practice of giving money away that I make. So whatever money I bring in, myself and my wife, Sarah, we take a look at our finances and such, and we dedicate a certain portion of our money where we purposely give it away or we donate it to something we believe in, just to make sure that we're staying abundant and conscious and we're supporting the things, not just with our, you know, words or, you know, yeah, good job, man, that's awesome, but actually giving people resources to be able to expand their projects in the world. And, you know, it's the very principle, whatever you give, you get. So when you're abundant with your money and you give it away and you invest in things that you support, you're also helping bring more of that into life. You're helping manifest that. So, I just mentioned that. Go ahead.
No, it's also important to invest in self-development, you know, whether that's of ourselves or others. We were talking about that the other day. I think a lot of us are not used to investing in our self-development. We spend money on so many things, but when it comes to something like a Semen Retention Army course, or, you know, we're like, oh, I don't think I can invest. I don't have the money. It's like you're spending money on all kinds of things, man.
Somebody will literally be walking around with those like $5 mocha choca latte, whatever sugary crap for you. Like, I don't really have the money to invest in this.
I mean, and it's like, so when I saw what you were doing, I don't know, I always like to invest in self-development stuff for myself, but also in you. I thought this guy's got something really good. He's worked on it. He's expert in this area, you know, like let's sign up and help him expand this as well. And actually the Army has a system in it that we can help each other to expand financially and self-development. And so it's true with art as well, you know, like someone's doing some nice conscious art. For some reason we've got this idea that it should just all be free nowadays. Yeah, but like, you know, the artists need to be paid to, especially if it's a positive message. We need to help that. Otherwise, you know, this the big kind of mainstream things are going to take over that don't necessarily help us or the world. because we can't be bothered to invest in each other, and we're just paying for that stuff, you know.
I always ask people, would you rather have a bunch of people that have a consciousness of service? And I'm not even saying that they're saints or whatever like that, but they have a consciousness of service. They have a consciousness of helping others. Would you rather give them money, or would you rather continue giving, kind of these massive corporations? Not every corporation is bad, but so many of them put profits over people, right? And it's like, so one of the ways that we vote, in a way, if I can use that word, is with our money. One of the ways that we ourselves help the world in our individual daily life is how and where we decide to put our money and put our resources and put our energies. And money is one of those it's a powerful energy. So when we put it into nonsense, we're helping the world create more nonsense and more destruction, more pain, more suffering, just nonsense, really. But when we have our resources, and like in the Christian kind of terminology, they'll use the word steward. Are you a good steward of your money? Right? Do you steward it well? Or when you have money, do you steward it well? And you'll notice that God, if you steward your money well, then more money will come to you. If you steward your time well, then you'll notice, like, I feel like I've got a lot of time. I can't tell you how many people talk to me about, I don't have time. I'm like, all you have is time. It's just like, that's all we have. That's like the only thing we've got. Right? It's like everything, and even that's borrowed. And the thing with time is, you don't know how much you got. Like, you got the time you got, and then when that time is done, it's done. So you've got the time you've got. You're here. You're alive. Whatever you believe happens to you afterwards or nothing. That's on you. But the fact that remains is, this life is happening right now, and how you steward that time, how you steward that money, how you steward your thoughts, your energies, all of it is so precious. And you'll also notice that everything that is really valuable is free in life. Your mind, your body, your thoughts, your dreams, your ambitions, your hopes, it all comes to you. It's all born. You're given this gift of life, but we tend not to value it as much as we value things out here, because where we put our money is generally what we value. And that's why I look at when someone says, I'm not willing to invest, or I don't have the money. It's always interesting to me, because I'm like, I get it. Sometimes we don't legitimately have the money, but I guarantee you're spending money in places that are not beneficial, and you can redirect. And it all comes down to, and if you really want it, you're going to go get the money. That's just what it is. You will get it. When I want to do something and I really want to do it, I go get that money, right? It's like, oh, okay, this is, how much is it? Oh, it's $10,000. Great. What do I got to do? You talk about putting out your first record. I was in the music industry in my early 20s, and it was the record was, I think, $20,000 that we had spent on my album that we put out. 13th floor, you can still get it. But point is that, see, I was kind of young and dumb in a way, but that was my advantage. I remember going to the studio, and they were like saying the price of the album, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't have anywhere near that kind of money, right? I was like 18 or 19 or something like that when we first started working on it. So what I did is I went and I asked my older brother if he would be willing to partner and invest in it, and he put some money behind it. And then I went and I got a part-time job, and almost every single dollar that I made went into putting in that record. And then the label ended up really liking me, and then they cut a deal and they came in on half. And that's what I mean. And I learned by experience back then, if you just put it in and you push forward and you do and you take action, you don't know all the steps. You don't know where it's all going to come from. You don't know how it's going to work out. But what I do know is that ultimately God comes in and he provides when you're taking action and showing faith. And faith isn't something that you do when you sit in the church or the temple and you're like, yeah, I'm so full of faith, but yet you're scared to do anything. Faith is, you don't have to say anything. Faith is shown through action. You have faith when you take action in things that you're scared to take action. You're saying, yeah, I trust. and it's inevitable. It always ends up working out in a positive way for you.
And
So
then we also stop blaming everyone else and the world at that point, you know. We take responsibility and do it. And yeah. And also when you're feeling more grounded and sense controlled, you can't be exploited so much. So you're not distracted by all these other things, and you just take action.
yeah,
So
man.
so stop blaming everyone else, take action, and yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. We went on a kind of a tangent there, but that's cool. Let's get into our grounding exercise. So our routine here is when we when you're practicing semen retention, when you're practicing no fap, when you're practicing tantra, you're having non-ejaculatory sex. The fact is you're going to raise and you're going to cultivate energy. So we do energy cultivation, where we're literally gathering energy and building it and building it. And we can put that energy into our goals, into the things that are important to us, our music, our businesses, our whatever's important to us. One of the biggest challenges with semen retention and no fap is the fact that you're going to gain so much more energy. You're literally going to be like, I want to bust a nut. I want to have sex. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want more and more and more. And then what you're going to realize is, and this is where most guys, quote unquote, relapse, right? I'm not a big fan of that word, but it seems to be the word in the kind of movement. So the thing with when you relapse, it's like, why did you relapse? And oftentimes you could trace it to unsatisfied sexual desire, or that you've been cultivating your energy. You got a ton of energy because you've been retaining, you've been staying away from porn, you've been not fapping, but now all that energy needs to go somewhere. And so one of the simplest things we can do is learn to ground our energy. So the first thing that we could do to just start to release some of that excess energy is simply by shaking out. So we could just start by shaking out and kind of twisting up a bit, and just simply by shaking out. This simply wakes us up, gets the blood flowing, but it also starts to just starts to move that blood around. And just by moving your blood around, just this simple little thing, you can start to transmute that energy. You can start to, oh yeah, it feels better. I don't want to jerk off now. I don't want to bust a nut right now. Why? Because I'm moving. See, you are energy, and energy is movement, right? I love the word emotion, energy in motion. And so it's like by moving, by getting into motion right away, you can start to transmute that and loosen that up. Then by doing a simple standing meditation, which we're going to do right now. So stand about shoulder width apart, knees are slightly bent, butt's tucked in like you're leaning on a bar stool. You imagine you got two golf balls underneath the armpit, so your arms are slightly tucked out. Your energy, your awareness is in your hands here. So your hands, it's called tiger's mouth. It looks like this, right? So you can see I'm not like loose. Like, you ever shake someone's hand and they're like,
hello.
Hello. Hello. Right? Anybody ever watch Scary Movie where the guy's like, my good hand? Right? So your hand is engaged, but quite relaxed at the same time. So boom, you're in this posture. Your chin's tucked in. Imagine your head dangling on a string, and you're chilling. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to relax the entire body to ground this energy. So get into this posture. And now you can close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. But if your eyes are open, just keep a slight gaze. Don't be focused on anything. Unfocus yourself and imagine all of your energy coming into your body, retracting all of your thoughts, all of your awareness. Energy and awareness are the same. When I say energy and awareness, notice I'm interchanging them, because where awareness goes, energy flows. So bring all of your awareness internally, and just by keeping your awareness internally, you're naturally keeping your energy internally, because the outside world is always trying to suck your energy out of your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your sense of taste, smell, right? All of this is, the senses are always, oh, look at everything outside. But here, We put all of our awareness inside and say, ooh, look at this. There's a whole world in here. In fact, this world is actually the real world. And the outside world is like a mirror reflecting this world. All right, now we're going to ground our energy by relaxing the body while staying in the posture. So imagine an ice cube was sitting on the top of your brain, the top of your head, and it starts melting. And it's melting down, melting all over your brain, melting internally. Feel that cooling energy melting. That water is starting to drip behind the forehead, relaxing the forehead. Relax all the muscles of the forehead. And that water's dripping down, covering the eyes, relaxing your eyes, your eyelids, your temples. Relaxing all behind the eyes, the muscles behind the eyes. Relaxing your cheeks, your cheekbones, your nose, all behind the face. That water's dripping down the back of the head as well. Relaxing the brain. Relax the back of your head. Relax all the way down the neck. Relaxing your cheeks, your lips, your tongue. Notice your breath is relaxed. Relaxing all the way down the throat. Relaxing all the way down. Looks like we got some porn people here.
It's funny because it says strips without clothing. Isn't that what strips always are?
Yeah, yeah. That's because they're watching too much porn. They can't like get their grammar right either.
Strips with clothing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like an oxymoron. They're stripped without clothing. Yes.
How
Yes,
can you
thank you.
strip? How can you strip without clothes on, mate?
And then relaxing all the way down the throat. Relaxing the traps, your shoulders. Feel that cooling energy, that water melting, that ice cubes just melting everything down. Relaxing down the shoulders. Relaxing down the back. Relaxing the upper back. Really get in there with your awareness. Imagine all of your muscles were melting off your bones. You'll notice that the more you intentionally relax areas of your body, you can control your body in very subtle ways by controlling your mind. Relaxing all the way down the spine, middle of the back, lower back. The water's flowing down your arms, your shoulders are relaxing, your biceps, your triceps, all the way down your forearms, down to your hands. I can feel the tingling in my hands, the energy expanding as I relax. Relaxing the chest, relaxing the ribs, all the muscles, the little tendons between each rib, relaxing the lungs themselves. Relaxing down the stomach, the diaphragm, the stomach, the spleen, and all your internal organs, the digestive organs. Relaxing down, relaxing your groin, relaxing genitals, relaxing your whole pelvic floor, relaxing the buttocks, your entire upper body is now relaxed. Now you're relaxing the quads, the hamstrings, all the way down the calves. Relax the calf muscles. Relaxing the shins. Relaxing all the way down the feet, tops of the feet, bottoms of the feet, and all the way out to the toes. Make sure that your feet are, all four corners of your feet are evenly, the weight is just distributed evenly. So you're not on the balls of your feet. Like I noticed I was kind of leaning forward. Check in, make sure that you're stable, you're strong. And then from the bottom of your feet, imagine roots spurting out the bottom of your feet and going further down, penetrating through the floors, into the soil of the earth, penetrating all the way down, moving through the earth, connecting you to Mother Earth. Imagine those roots penetrating down, moving through the rock, moving through the waterways of the earth, all the way down till you see the roots from the bottom of your feet penetrating into the center of the earth. And that is Mother Earth's creative energy or sexual energy, where the magnetic field, the heart of Mother Earth, where her magnetic field, the source of her magnetic field, and the source of your physical energies. Now draw energy. You can imagine pink energy starting to flow up through the roots, all the way up from the center of Mother Earth, all the way to the bottom of your feet. Feel that energy. Draw it up with your mind's eye into the body and feel that energy floating up the body, up through your relaxed body, all the way into the Dantian or the solar plex chakra, which is just beneath the belly button in the center of your being. So you can imagine pink, if your color will help, pink energy moving up your legs and then into the Dantian, meeting here, cultivating right here. So there's a connection between your center and Mother Earth's center. Your fire and Mother Earth's fire. Continuously relaxing the body. And now what we're going to do is called deep earth pulsing. And deep earth pulsing is you're going to create a rhythm where you raise your hand. So imagine your hand is floating up. So again, it's not like a movement like this where you're doing it with your physical body. It's with your mind. These are mindful movements. So when your hand comes up, so does your right knee. So I'll step back a bit so you can see. My right hand comes up, my right knee comes up. And then as I come down, at the same time, I'm raising my left hand. So they're crossing over and my left knee comes up. And this is the movement. And you want to stay absolutely relaxed as best as you can. And imagine, keep yourself anchored to Mother Earth. Your breath is normal at a pace that makes sense for you. And here, you want to fall into a rhythm. Now, we're going to do this just for a few minutes, but on your own. Deep earth pulsing is something that you can do for 15 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, as long as you want. And if you take a long session of deep earth pulsing, you'll eventually feel like you're not doing anything. And you'll notice that your body will remember the rhythm and begin to relax into the rhythm. Go at a rhythm that makes sense for you. So you might be following along with my rhythm or Jake's rhythm. You might be going faster. You might be going slower. Keeping all your awareness in your feet that's rooted to Mother Earth, keeping that connection between the center of Mother Earth and the center of your being, your Dantian, your solar plex chakra. So I'm visualizing those roots coming out of my feet, connecting to Mother Earth. And as I'm pulling up my left, I'm imagining energy coming up into my Dantian, so that pink energy flowing. And then as I come down, I'm imagining energy floating down. So I'm starting to create a circuit between myself and Mother Earth. And by the way, if you ever have the opportunity to do this barefoot on the ground, like on the actual earth, even better. We should do some grounding, weekly if we can, as best as we can, putting our bare feet on the earth, connecting to nature. It's very nourishing, very healing, and very grounding. And you'll notice that if you do this deep earth pulsing, the desire to ejaculate will disappear. The desire to watch porn or whatever it is that you're doing, strips without clothes will disappear.
Yep, that didn't phase us at all.
Hell no. Here inside the army, we're not afraid of sex. We're not afraid of the world. We're not trying to block ourselves out from the world. We know there's porn. We know there's Instagram girls. We know there's all this stuff going on. We're cool with it. We're like Neo in the Matrix, just dodging bullets. And what are those bullets? Oh, Pornhub. Alcohol. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, whatever else is there. Oh, smoke dope. All of this stuff. That's the bullets. And like Neo in the Matrix, he just dodges it, and then eventually he's like, boom, just drop that. It doesn't even come into your awareness because you're so beyond it. You're focused, you're grounded, you're serving others, you're leading. Your thoughts are occupied with, how do I help others? How do I help others with my music? How do I help others with my business? How do I help others with my voice, my art, my ability to create, to build, my mechanics, my architecture, whatever God gave you, whatever nature has endowed you with gifts, talents. And anybody's like, I don't have any talents. I don't have any gifts. Nah, yo. Nature didn't leave you out. Nature is efficient. It doesn't make anything it doesn't need. So if you're here and alive, it's because the world needs you. And you're meant to be doing something. Using your gifts, using your talents in all scenarios. Bringing the best of you to every aspect of your life. All right, we'll keep this deep earth pulsing for another few minutes. Thanks so much for the likes, the comments. Make sure you guys leave comments below. And if you want to practice these techniques more and dive deeper into the process of sexual alchemy as a process for learning to be more masterful in the bedroom, learning to practice semen retention for long periods of time, being able to have non-ejaculatory sex, non-ejaculatory orgasm. If you want it as a spiritual process to help you develop more inner awareness, You cannot hide from your sexuality, and you cannot suppress it. It is to be used. It is an energy. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be negative towards it. Simply learn how to transmute it, to ground it, and you'll realize that your sexual energy is your path to higher spiritual realizations, material wealth, prosperity, abundance in all ways. All right, we'll do this for another minute. In the links below in YouTube, on my YouTube channel, there is a link there to register for a 7-day free trial for the Semen Retention Army, where you can get a deeper guided practice of deep earth pulsing, plus many other techniques that are going to help you become masterful both in and outside the bedroom. And you can always reach out to me on my website, which I'll pop up here at nikuladas.com. And of course, you can use Jake's new EP as your soundtrack. You put on some tunes and do some deep earth pulsing.
Yeah.
Awesome, brother. You got anything left to say or anything you want to add at this point?
Not really, man. Just feeling good with this deep earth pulsing. Yeah, next time I'm going to do it outside. You reminded me. I'm going to do it on the ground now the weather's getting nicer.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for who joined us live, for joining the recording. Leave comments below. Share this video out. We got to get this information out to every man on the planet. And that's why we're an army. We're the fastest growing semen retention army. We're the only semen retention army on the planet. And we're the fastest growing semen retention community. We continue to attract guys of all different walks of life who understand the power of retention and the power of mastering your energies. All right, you could just shake it out. Now that you're nice and grounded, you're ready to rock the day. Remember, go sign up for a 7-day free trial inside the Army. Reach out to me at nikuladas.com if you want to learn more. Captain Jake's EP is coming out this Friday for some conscious music. And we'll end this off like we end all communications inside the Army. Soldiers, retain.
Soldiers retain. Real strong men and self-control. Their info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain. Soldiers retain. Soldiers retain. Real strong men and self-control. Their info is plain.